Early now, the top 10 college football quarterback recruits from the 2018 college football recruiting class 7 years later. Well, to start, first up at 10 is Phil Jurkovec coming out of Gibsonia, Pennsylvania, who committed to play for Notre Dame. He never really got an opportunity in his first 2 years with the Fighting Irish, transferring to play for Boston College, where he'd be their starting quarterback for 3 years. Then following that in 2023, he transferred to Pittsburgh, where he'd be converted into a tight end and was solid in his last year there. And after that, Phil joined the Pittsburgh Steelers minicamp but never got signed to a team. Then at 9 is Jarren Williams coming out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, who committed to play for Miami. He actually got to start in his second season for the Hurricanes, where he was a solid player before transferring to Garden City Community College, where he was the #1 JUCO prospect. After that, though, he transferred to South Florida, where he never played, and then transferred to Alabama A&M, where he also never played college football again, retiring from football in 2022. Then coming in at 8 is Matt Corral, coming out of Long Beach, California, who committed to play for Ole Miss. And he became a great quarterback in his last 2 years of college football, with the Rebels winning the Connerly Trophy and being named a second-team All-SEC selection. And that allowed him to be picked in the third round of the 2022 NFL Draft for the Panthers, where he never played a single snap in the league and is currently playing for the Michigan Panthers of the UFL. Then at 6 is Tanner McKee, coming out of Corona, California, who committed to play for Stanford. And he defeated cancer, going on to play 3 years at Stanford, where he was a good quarterback, being picked in the 6th round of the 2023 NFL Draft for the Philadelphia Eagles. And since then, he's really ever only been a third-string quarterback, but did win a Super Bowl last year. Then cracking into the top 5 is Justin Rogers, coming out of Bossier City, Louisiana, who committed to play for TCU. And he only threw one football in his entire career, with the Horned Frogs transferring to play for UNLV, where he was also just a backup quarterback. And now he is currently a busboy, a construction worker, and a Forex investor. And just in front of him at 4 is Dorian Thompson-Robinson, coming out of Las Vegas, Nevada, who committed to play for UCLA. And he was an amazing quarterback in his 5 years at UCLA, throwing 88 touchdowns and adding another 28 on the ground, as he was named a 2-time second-team All-Pac-12 selection. And that allowed him to be picked in the 5th round of the 2023 NFL Draft by the Cleveland Browns, where he was overall just extremely bad in his 2 years there and is currently on the Eagles practice squad. Then cracking into the top 3 is JT Daniels, coming out of Santa Ana, California, who committed to play for USC. And he actually immediately got to play for the Trojans and was solid there before transferring to Georgia, where he was also a good quarterback in his 2 seasons there. Then following that in 2022, he transferred to West Virginia, where he was just not very good, being benched, and then transferred to play for Rice in 2023. And in JT Daniels' 6th season of college football at Rice, he was actually a pretty good quarterback, but was forced to medically retire from football and now currently works as an offensive analyst for West Georgia. Alright guys, real quick, if you're enjoying the video and you like this type of content, just make sure to follow. It costs you absolutely nothing and helps me out immensely. Then coming in at 2 is Justin Fields, coming out of Kennesaw, Georgia, who committed to play for Georgia. And he didn't really get that big of an opportunity in his freshman season with the Bulldogs, transferring to play for Ohio State in 2019. And in his last 2 years of college football with the Buckeyes, he was amazing, as he actually was a second-team All-American and the 2-time Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year. That allowed him to be picked 11th overall in the 2021 NFL Draft by the Chicago Bears, where he was solid through his first 3 years,